Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're playing with some new lights, we're playing with some new makeup. So if you guys are nosy and you want to see what is going to be in my testing new makeup episode 3, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube, and one of the series is that I kind of started this year. I mean, I've always done like testing makeup type videos and like first impressions and reviews, but in 2023 I'm just trying to be more organized. So I started up a 2023 testing new makeup playlist that you guys can check out. I've already done 2 episodes. This is episode 3, so highly recommend subscribing, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm trying to be more organized this year and have some new things I want to play with. Some of these will be first impressions. Some of these are like products I've had forever and ever and ever. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Foundation. I've actually used this a few times off camera, I think. So yeah, I did like a video on TikTok, I think, and I've tested this out a few times, but I wanted to use it in a YouTube video, and then I bought, this is new, I also posted a video of this as an Instagram reel because I wasn't going to film the day I tried it out, so I wanted to just get something up, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glide Face Architect highlighter in the shade Champagne Glow. So I'll try and get close-ups for you guys. And then I really needed to repurchase this. This is the Wet n Wild Boost Length Waterproof Mascara in Very Black. I like to use this in my lower lash line. I've used the same tube for like months now. And I was at Target the other day and I'm like, okay, it's time to rebuy these. So I grabbed one for here, one for upstairs, and so I'm excited about that. And then the other newish product is the Carnival, the Carnival Interstellar palette. I put this in a, oh no, I broke a shade. I'm pretty sure I broke this because I probably like dropped it, but that's all right. It's just a purple. I recently-ish, towards the end of last year, talked about how this was a palette I almost bought and then I decided not to buy it. And then I think they were doing like an end of the year sale, and so I bought it. It was really silly. I think it was like 30% off. I don't think I saved that much money, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and grab it. So those are some of the new things. I'll pepper in some old things, and let's get into putting some makeup on this face. Okay, so I did get a couple of you asking me about showing this in a video because I keep mentioning it. So this is my sponge soaker, and my friend Makeup Molly is the one that tuned me into this. She was like, this product needs to go viral, and she creates a ton of like viral content, especially on TikTok and Instagram. And so when she was telling me about this, I was like, Molly, I need that. So you guys have been asking me about it. I'll link it in my Amazon store down below for you guys in case you're interested in picking it up. But somebody literally asked me how this works. So it has like a pump in it, and all I do is I just sit here and then I like pump, and it like pumps out water on my it pumps water onto the sponge. So I don't have to leave my beauty room, which is so high maintenance, I know, but let's be real. I sometimes will skip using a sponge just because I don't want to wet it. So the best thing is you can just like wring it out in here and the water just flows right back. So it's amazing. It's technologically so advanced, and it's only like $14 on Amazon. So I'll link it down below for you guys in case you want to pick that up. It totally saves me time. So I just have some moisturizer on my face. So let's go ahead and put on some of this foundation. Now, I think a lot of people were hyping this up saying like, oh my gosh, there's like shimmer in it, and you can definitely see like a shimmer particle in it. I don't know the technology behind it. Like, does it just like dissolve? Like, I don't know, but it's like very visibly shimmery if you ever see this in person. So I'm not sure how that part works, but I like how this foundation looks. This is the side without, and I'm putting some on this side just so you guys can see the difference. But my only complaint with this foundation, it's not as long wearing as I would like. I definitely wear my foundation for hours when I do my makeup. I usually keep it on until I go to bed at night, which is usually like 9 or 10 when I take a shower and take my makeup off. So I wear it for like 12 plus hours, and the one thing I noticed about this foundation is it does not wear off gracefully, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, maybe you don't need to wear foundation for as long as I do. So I like it. It's definitely very glowy and it gives me some really nice coverage. I think this is a good shade. I got the shade 15N and I just kind of winged it online. So yeah, what do you guys think? I think it looks nice. Is it my favorite foundation ever? Like, do you need to stop what you're doing and go buy it? I would say no. But overall, I don't think it's a bad foundation. There's so many foundations launching at the start of the year. It's kind of overwhelming a little bit, but it's also kind of exciting. So I did just buy, I saw Essence launched a foundation on Ulta today, and it was like $6.99 or something. And I have the other Essence foundation that's like $6.99, and it's actually pretty good. So I was like, let me just grab that. I'm curious. I was buying there's something else that I bought on, I bought the Urban Decay Quickie concealer. So I was like, well, I'm placing an Ulta order, so I might as well just throw in the Essence concealer and the foundation, because it was like $11, I think, total for both. And I've had good luck with the brand, so I figured why not. But yeah, look at how dewy this is. I mean, it's definitely not for the faint of heart, and I'm just like blabbering on, but I just want to make sure it looks a little bit perfected, a little bit flawless, as some would say. But yeah, it's very, very glowy. So that's what it looks like. I don't have like a brand new concealer, so I'm going to go into some oldies. Since I just bought a new Urban Decay concealer, I figured I should use one of the ones I have from Urban Decay. So I have the Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer and the Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. So let's go ahead and just make up a little cocktail of concealers to use, because I honestly forgot that I had these. And for Vlogmas 2022, I posted like a foundation collection. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot that I used to love these Urban Decay concealers and foundations. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to use those up there. I had like backups on backups of these because I think they got discontinued. And I was like, well, they're on sale. Let me buy them. And so it was a good reminder to kind of go and use those. And it's so funny because I have such a big collection sometimes that I forget the products I have. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I still love the Hourglass concealer. Like, that's like my favorite concealer right now, but we're trying new things. We're trying old things, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use my tried and true Sigma Soft Focus powder just to kind of set everything. I love this brush too. If you're looking for a great brush to set your under eye, this is the Sigma Skin Perfector F67, and I just love the shape of it. It's like a paddle brush, and I just love to put a nice layer of this stuff on the under eyes. And then one of my areas is always right here. I don't know why that glowiness gives me such an unflattering shadow there, so I have to powder, like, I don't even know what part of your nose that is, but right here and right here. And then just a little bit on the chin. And just to kind of settle down the dew. Ta-da! Okay, so that's that. When we were talking about new products I wanted to try, I forgot to mention that I bought the Juvia's Place powder foundation in the shade Kaduna Tan 1, and this just looks a little bit dark, so I was going to use it as a bronzer today. So let's go ahead and try it out and see. I don't know if I should just return this. I figured I'd try it as a bronzer. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. It's a little intense. I've been telling you guys I like a bronzer that's like a little bit more close to my skin tone, but I think I can just kind of blend it out a little and we'll be okay. Yeah, that looks all right, right? Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna do my brows off camera because I just do them the same way every single time. And now I'm excited to play with the BPerfect eyeshadow palette. I don't know if I'm gonna swatch this, to be honest. I don't even know how many shades there are. There's 30 shades. I guess I can throw up swatches. Let's go ahead and do some swatches right now. Okay, so I've always had really good luck with the BPerfect formula, but I decided to just use my NYX white eye base just to help it out even more. But I've been just like craving doing like a blue eyeshadow look for some reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and attempt that with this palette. I have to put the shade Believer on my crease stat, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's like a really pretty mid-tone blue shade, so I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of pack that onto the crease. This is such a saturated color. But like I said, I've always had good luck with BPerfect's eyeshadows. And I was hesitant to buy this at first because I'm like, okay, I have these colors already from this brand. But like I said, it was on my list of eyeshadow palettes I almost bought. And then I was like, let me just buy it. Let me just keep the collection going. But there are a lot of palettes they've launched at the, not even the end. They launched some palettes in 2022 that I didn't buy. So I felt like it was okay to just grab this one. But I don't know. They do a lot of collabs with a lot of different like influencers and stuff. And I can't typically keep up with all of their palettes. They've done like some smaller palettes too, and a lot of like neutral ones, and so I'm like not really trying to buy more from them after this one, because there was a time where I'm like, oh, they're launching a new palette, let me grab it. But typically they just do like rainbow palettes or like a collection of mini rainbow palettes, like a blue palette, a green palette, a yellow palette. I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. But I wonder if there'll be a Carnival 6. I know that I usually rely on my friend Heather because she's the one that keeps up with all the Carnival collaborations, and then she's like, oh, look, they're teasing another one. And I'm like, ugh, I'm not going to get it. And then here I am being a clown. So I'm going to go into the shade Traveler now, which is like a more electric blue, and I'm just going to tap that onto the kind of outer corner. There's like a whole gray section. It's not gray, it's just gray. It's like 50 Shades of Gray section in this palette, which is kind of interesting. I don't know that you necessarily need all these shades of gray, but you know, maybe. Maybe that's something people wanted, that they've been asking for, but so far I really like the mattes. Okay, so I want to put an even darker shade on the outer corner. The shade Alien looks very promising. It's like a dark green, but I'm also wondering if I should just use like Deep Space and see how that looks. Maybe I'll try Deep Space, but I kind of want to use a smaller brush because this one's kind of big and I want to be able to control where I'm setting those dark shades, I clean my brushes, so I have a lot of options now. This one looks nice, so we'll use the E42 Precision Firm Blender from Sigma, and I'm gonna go into Deep Space. Oh, there's also a shade called Dark Side. Okay, now for the lid shade, I kind of want to almost like plot twist and use like a silver. I never do like silver eye looks. Is today the day though? Is today the day? Or the shade Mercury looks promising. Maybe I'll use that. That could be a fun little twist too. Oh, okay. It's like a peachy white gold kind of shade. I don't know, might be kind of fun. I'm trying to get outside my comfort zone of doing monochromatic looks, and I think the easiest way for me to do that is by using shades that don't really like, not that I want to say match, but yeah, kind of, that don't like go together, obviously. Also, this palette has pressed glitters. This one is not picking up on a brush, so I'm just going to use my finger. But this palette has pressed glitters, and I don't really feel like dealing with pressed glitter right now, so... But this shadow is not picking up with my flat brush, so I'm inclined to use my fingers. This is pretty. How would you describe this shade? Because it looks like yellow gold almost. I like it. I like it. I'm going to put a little bit of the shade Cosmo. It's like an orange. I'm just mixing shadows today on my eyelids, I guess. Okay. Cool. I feel like a peach. A peach in a sea of blue. Maybe it's because of my shirt, but I definitely feel like those shadows, the metallics picked up way better on my finger. I think that's good. What do you guys think? Okay, let's do the lower lash line quick. Okay, so I've had this Too Faced Killer liner in the shade Killer Black for some time, but I don't think I've used it on camera, so here we are just using it on camera. This was in my Shop My Stash, so I figured let me switch it out and use it down here. So I'm grabbing a clean pencil brush. This is a Sigma E.3, and we're gonna just mimic the crease in the lower lash line. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Believer and just kind of run that along the lower lash line. Also, I have a lot of other new makeup coming in. So if you see Testing New Makeup episode 4 or 5, before you see Testing New Makeup 3, that's why. Because I'm trying to do everything. Okay, I'm going to go into the shade Nebula, which is a baby blue, and I'm just going to place that on the inner corner. I really like using matte shadows in the inner corner, but I don't do it a lot. So that's something that I would like to just do a little more of, because it's fun to try new things. And it's a little bit different because I always do a metallic, but I don't know. It looks so good on my friend Angie, so I wanted to try it. And I'm going to take a little bit of Misty Moon, which is like a gray, just to help lighten it up even more. Okay, fun. Very over the top, but you know, I like a good colorful blue look, and I had fun putting it together. So there's that. Now we need to decide what blush we want to use. I don't have anything new in the blush category, but I do have the Adept face palettes. I bought all of them. So let's use a shade from one of these. So this is the palette called Stella, and I think I'm going to go into this middle shade. It's like a pretty coppery color. I picked up a lot. Ooh, oh, that's pretty. It's like a peach. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. You guys buy these? I feel like they kind of came out and then the holiday chaos kind of hit, and I feel like I kind of used them, but I feel like they definitely could get more hype. But how freaking stunning is that? Oh my gosh. It's so glowy. I almost feel like I don't need a highlighter, but I said I was gonna try the Charlotte Tilbury, so let's go ahead and try it. I've already tried it. It's nice. It's definitely nicer than our highlighter she launched last year, and I like that she did all those shade options because she really needed to. But this Adept has taken over, I think. Oh my goodness. Did you guys get any of the Charlotte Tilbury highlighters? Okay, so here's just the Adept, and then there's with the Charlotte Tilbury, so it's like a champagne color. I just bought like a basic shade. You guys probably already have a shade like this, but it's the only one I felt like would go with my skin tone really, because she had like, I think like one shade darker than this for probably like medium deep skin tones or like more deep skin tones. I think this was like a medium tan option, and then she had like a light and then like a very light and then like a rose gold or like a pink shade. So I wasn't really into any of those colors, so this is the one I went for. But we need to spray our face, put on some brows, put on a lip, do something with this hair. So I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look and talk about this makeup we've been testing. Okay friends, so here is the finished look. Let me know what you guys think. Oh my gosh, I usually swatch my palettes before I do the eye looks, but there was 30 eyeshadows to swatch, so I actually swatched the palette after, and I have some thoughts. So let's talk about everything that I tried out. Maybe you've seen me use some of these products before, maybe you haven't, but we're gonna go through it. And also these earrings, if you guys are wondering, they're from Zara. I got them on sale, so I'm guessing they're gonna be sold out by the time you guys see this video, but if they are available, I will link them down below for you guys. Now let's talk about the makeup I tried. So I feel like I pretty much have my mind made up about the Mario foundation. I think it's nice. It's just a little bit too dewy for me right now. I'm going to try it probably in the summertime again and see if I feel any different about it. But I've been telling you guys in like my testing new makeup and my shop my stash that I've been really into a little bit more of a natural finish or more of a matte foundation. And so my current favorites are definitely the new NYX one that I tried. That's in my shop my stash, and then the Beauty Bakery one that was in my shop my stash. Those are going to be my go-to foundations, I think, for a while. So I'll let you know if I change my mind, but yeah, those are kind of what I'm really loving right now. So this one's just okay. Like I said, I did pick up the Essence foundation and concealer as well as the Urban Decay concealer. So I'll have those in another testing new makeup video that'll be coming up eventually in the next couple of days. So keep an eye out for that. So yeah, those are kind of my thoughts on this foundation. I think if you have oily skin, I don't know that you're gonna love this, but everyone's different, so maybe I'll be surprised by somebody with oily skin liking that foundation. Now, as far as the highlighter goes, I think this is very basic. It's a nice highlighter, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of us probably have a shade like this in their collection already. It's definitely giving me champagne pop vibes. I will say that I'm really loving that Charlotte Tilbury is making all of her products like refillable. So there is a little hole back here. So once you pan this, you can just buy the refill, which is nice. I will say it does feel a little cheap because I can feel the pan moving in this particular compact. So I don't know, I think this highlighter is what, like 40 something dollars. So I feel like it could be a little bit better for that price point, but I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to this. It's definitely not like my favorite highlighter by any means, but I have it. So there, that's my thoughts. I think you can easily skip the highlighter in my humble opinion. As far as the lip product I'm wearing, I'm actually wearing an oldie but a goodie. This is Ace Beaute Applause. You guys know I love a good terracotta nude shade, so I decided to pair this with this eye look, and I think it goes with my shirt, so I just used one that I had in my collection already. Also really enjoyed playing with this Adept Stella palette, so I will link everything that I can down in the description box. I do have a code with Adept, so if you want to save some money and you want to pick up some stuff from Adept, check out this face palette. That shade is so pretty. It's like a peachy coppery highlight blush shade. Ugh, these are delicious. Like there's 4 of them and I bought all 4 and they were such a good price and I love them. Okay, and then the last face product that's new is this Juvia's Place. This is a powder foundation, you guys, but I used it as a bronzer. I think it's a little bit dark for me. I think this would be a better shade for me in the summertime. I definitely look very, very tan. I mean, maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm just not used to seeing myself so bronzed in the winter time. I've definitely been struggling to shade match myself with the new foundations that Juvia's Place did. I'm not really a powder foundation gal, so I'm not really sure why I picked this up other than I was just on the Ulta website and I'm like, why not? Why not? It's affordable and I like Juvia's Place for the most part, so I did go ahead and grab it. Did I need another bronzer at this moment in time? Absolutely not. But yeah, I will hold on to this and keep trying it out, and if I'm like blown away, I'll let you guys know. But I recently posted my bronzer collection video and I feel like I have plenty of bronzers that I love, so definitely a category that I'm gonna try and like not feed into more product this year. Okay, so you guys know on my channel I love eyeshadow palettes, so I had to save this for the last thing, but oh my gosh, this palette is so beautiful. Like, yes, we probably all have these colors, but I just loved seeing like these 2 rows were like my favorite. The pinks with the greens with the grays. It just looks so cool. So I definitely want to play with some of these shades. These greens swatch so beautifully. Alien, Meteor, and Reptilian. And the shade Area 51 was such a pretty like burgundy berry shade, so I definitely want to do a look with that row. And then the last row was also really pretty like fiery row. So yeah, this palette definitely surprised me in the best way. The quality was out of this world. The metallics were outstanding. There are some pressed glitters in this palette, which they're not really my favorite, but there's like 3 of them, I think, so it's not a big deal. But the metallics are stunning, like Reptilian, Interstellar. The shade New Moon is like a really pretty like gray green like duochrome shade. So yeah, there's some really surprisingly stunning eyeshadows in this palette. And now that I have it and I've played with it and I've swatched it, I'm very happy I purchased it. I'm glad that I didn't go ahead and pass on it, but I definitely plan on either not buying anymore if they keep doing like the same thing just from BPerfect, even though like they make some of my favorite eyeshadows. I have enough of them, so I'll probably just take a pass on what they come out with in the future, or if they do something different, then I'm gonna jump on it faster so I can bring you guys a quicker first impressions or review video. But yeah, I'm really glad I bought this. I feel a little silly because I said I almost bought it, but I was able to create a video for my channel, and I always consider that a win in my book because I have a whole pile of palettes that I still need to play with on my channel. So anytime I get it squeezed into a video, I consider it a win. Let me know, did you guys end up buying the Interstellar palette, or were you on the fence like I was? I am so curious to hear what you guys decided to do. Did you buy it or not? Thank you guys so much for watching Testing New Makeup episode 3. I hope you enjoyed. I do have a playlist. I'll try and remember to link it for you guys in case you want to check out the episodes I already have. And I will see you guys in another video very, very soon. Bye!